Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel for another full flight here on AB Neo. We do have a theme for this month now. It is dangerous departures. So today's flight, we're taking off out of Aspen in Colorado in the Prime Air Boeing 737-800 BCF, and then we'll be landing up in Seattle, Washington. This size aircraft does not usually operate out of this airfield. The largest, as far as I can find, has been a 737-700 BBJ. I'll put the article up on the screen for you now so you can have a quick look to see that I'm telling the truth. But we are going to take off in an 800, which is a bit dodgy. We will have low terrain, warning, pull up. On departure, I know this because I've practiced it a couple of times. It does make it a little bit more fun. And also flying the BCF for the first time in the sim, well, for me anyway. So let's get into it, get into the flight deck and get things underway. Hope you guys do enjoy. Okay, in the flight deck, so there's a couple of minor differences inside this flight deck being the freighter version. The first one being that we do have a different array of warnings here because we've got a main cargo door, and that's pretty much it. I couldn't find any other differences. The seatbelt signs are even still in the aircraft, which is interesting because we won't be using those today at all. But just to prove that I'm not the only idiot who flies larger aircraft out of smaller airfields or high altitude airfields, if you look over here, even though that looks like a, I don't know, like a little Piper or something, that is actually a Boeing 737 MAX 8. I do have that. I haven't got it installed, so that's why it's not showing up. But yeah, we're not the only stupid people trying to fly large aircraft out of this airfield, and that actually is a larger aircraft than what we've got by a little bit. Anyway, let's get things set up. We'll have a look at some weather and our flight plan for a start. So we can see our flight plan here, taking off out of Aspen, sort of head up, turn to the west, and then come down before we head north. Obviously, the reason for that is terrain, but still this aircraft is too big for that flight path, so we'll be hand flying probably for the first 12,000 feet. We're already 7,000 or so feet up, so that's only 5,000 feet we've got to hand fly. But if you turn on the autopilot after takeoff, you will crash indefinitely into the mountains. Coming into Seattle, we should have a beautiful view. Coming on 3-4 left at this stage because that's what the weather is showing us. So we have beautiful views of the mountains, which I don't know the name of. There's a peak that you fly right past, and I haven't learned the name of it. So if you live in Seattle, I apologise for not doing my homework for this flight, but I will learn it in future, I promise. Okay, so let's get some stuff. So I've already sort of started programming this in just to speed things up a little bit, but let's get some more information in there. So we'll go straight to the flight plan. I did have errors when I was doing this on a practice run yesterday morning, so we'll have another go. Anyway, so we are going to, first waypoint is Linz. Again, there are chapters, so if you want to skip all this, you can just go down to the bottom of the tracking bar in YouTube and you can skip through. Or you can go down into the description and you'll find the links to each chapter as well. Sloan, sorry, I was just spelling that incorrect. There's a lot of directs here. There's not really many airways. EKR, where are you, K there? OCS. And there is an airway, which is, where is Juliet 20? And last waypoint PDT. Awesome, activate, execute, departure arrival, departure, departing on runway 33, and I'll show you why. Oh, I haven't got my my face cam up. Whoops, sorry, kind of went dark there. Anyway, that's the iPad. So we have got 12 to 21 knot gusting winds coming out of Aspen today, so it's a little bit dangerous, but it is almost blowing straight down the runway from runway 15 and 10 miles of visibility. There's next to no clouds at 11,000 feet, so we'll sort of go through those a little bit as we go up if we're lucky. Temperature 24.4 degrees, so it's quite warm in Aspen. This is, of course, the warmer season for the USA. which is probably a safe time to do this because, as you would know, Aspen does snow and get quite cold. If you're not from the area and you have watched the first Dumb and Dumber movie, this is where you would know this from. So let's get back into the programming. So runway 33, and it'll be on Pitkin 4, and there's, oh, and we do have, we do not, do we have a, transition will be EKR, yes, okay. Back to departures, arrivals. Arrival at this stage is 3-4 left. Of course, this can change depending on the weather, as you would know from my previous videos. Chins 4 is our star, and PDT is our transition. Awesome, execute that. We'll just check legs because there will be vectors and or discos in this. There is a disco right there. And is there a vector? Yes, there is. There's one right there. We'll put Josta in there. Now, I'm going to get errors with Josta saying no descent path. I'm not entirely sure what that means. The flight still seems to work. Well, we have got our go-around path in there as well. That's cool. Okay, back to init ref, and then we'll get some weights and balances put in. Obviously, I've already programmed the fuel. No, I have not. Wow, okay, let's do that now then. Okay, so back to the other side. Fuel was 9.1. 9.1 tonnes, zero fuel weight, 57.6. This is all metric, by the way. In case you don't know, I operate in metric, and because I don't know the imperial system very well. Cost index, oh, I don't think I put that in. Cost index is 5. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but we'll go with it because that's what's in the flight plan. Doesn't matter if it's not accurate. This is not real life. Cruise altitude 360. Estimated cruise wind 202 for 15. Or for 15. Cool. Transition altitude unable 25. We'll come back to that. Transition altitude 18,000. Flight level 180. That's cool. Unable 250 knots at ready. Let's have a look what's going on there. Oh, you're ready. 250, 244 previous, 240. Okay, cool. We can fix that. 242 at 12,000. That will fix that. No descent path up to Josta. That's fine. I'm going to clear that. Or it cleared itself. It'll come back. Guarantee it. Back to the index. There's nothing on page 20. No, we don't do anything on there. Index takeoff. Runway wind is currently, well, it says 350 for 12 to 21, so I'll put 350 for maximum 21. Yes, runway slope is 1.9 degrees, already know that one. Nothing else needs to go in there. Back to the previous page. Flaps will be 10. Flaps 10 today. I'm not taking any risks at all. CG 3.48. Oh, parking brake was not on. Far out. We just loaded up without a parking brake on. Not a good idea. Okay, 3.48. V1 142. VR 142. Okay, cool. And V2 is 145. So our initial speed will be 145 plus 10, 155. Heading is, I have not brought that page up. Heading for runway 33 is 340. Oh, there it is. And altitude is 360. Now, if you're wondering about that Dangerous Departures logo, at the bottom left of your screen, it will not be there for the duration of the flight. It's just there while we do the setup, just for a bit of interest. Let's go at the top, get some things turned on. So I need to turn the voice recorder. Window heat can come on now. We'll turn on the hydraulic pumps. And the yaw damper should come on as well. Yep, sweet, that all looks good. We have got our position lights on, yes we have. Just going to check the throttles. Oh shit. See, oh no, there we go, fix it. Sometimes if you put these in reverse while on stand, they get stuck, but once you power up, they do come right. But they are working. Cool. Just so you know, to have my rudder pedals connected, I have to have both the Airbus hardware, which I have used on video already, and also the Turtle Beach stuff. It has to be plugged in because the rudder pedals connect into the Airbus hardware because it's Thrustmaster. I don't have the Turtle Beach pedals because, and I'll say this on camera about Turtle Beach, they are way too expensive. Yeah, the Thrustmaster ones might be a little bit cheaper in design, but I picked them up for $121 Australian. The Thrustmaster ones are close to, I think they're over 500 Australian dollars, so it was a no-brainer. I was getting the Thrustmaster stuff anyway, so got their flight rudder pedals. Anyway, runway length is 8,006 feet, and that's everything done there that we need. Oh, execute. Sorry. Approach 110.75. Now again, yes, I'm doing this before I take off rather than waiting to see the final weather, but we'll adjust if we need to. That's ILS information. We also probably should put in the QNH for Aspen, which is 3032. And actually, while we're here, we might as well put in the decision height info for Seattle Tacoma. I think it's 534 from memory. 579 was, oh, so close. 579. And we'll get rid of that. Up top, we do need to put in 360 into here. And our landing altitude, what is the landing altitude of runway 34 left? It is 356 to 350 it is. Cool, are we set up? No, put auto throttle on, flight directors need to come on as well. Put data on there, and I'll put that, set that to 40. Cool, we are ready to push back and start. So let's get rid of the outside stuff, and then we'll jump back in and get ready to go. Okay, so I need to come down to here, and we need to release the pallet loader. We should get a view outside of it. It should be pretty cool. Oh, what was that? Oh, it's an FA-18. I don't have that exact one, so it shows up as a generic A330 Cross 767 hybrid model, which is kind of annoying. There's a 737-700 up there too. Anyway, that is slowly closing. I won't have the whole thing in the video because that would take forever and be quite boring. So let's just go back in here. We'll go back to ground services, and we want to go to stairs. We'll release that. It does shut the door. I love the animation. It is really cool. Sweet. And leave that there, and we are ready to push back and start. So I'm just going to confer with my first officer, who is the invisible man or woman, and we'll come back and get a pushback and start underway. All right, almost ready for pushback and start. I did forget one thing though, the descent profiles. Execute that, go back to legs. Okay, we are all good to get things started. So let's get an APU started up first. So fuel pump on. APU on. We better get our beacon light on because I forgot that in the last video, which is quite funny. While that's kicking off, we will... oh no, we can't do anything. We'll just sit and wait for the APU to start up. I'll actually cut the video and I'll come back once it has come on. APU gens can come on. And we'll put that onto APU gen. We better get the APU bleed on as well. I'm not going to worry about seatbelts because it's just myself and the imaginary first officer. But we can release the ground cart. And I'm just going to double check. Nothing. Oh, no, not that one. We're not in maintenance. Ground services. I'm just going to double check that I have... there's nothing else. No, there's nothing else connected to the aircraft. Awesome. Pushback. We're going to remove the chocks. Let's select our tug. We've only got one choice, the TPX 200, and we're going to go start.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready for pushback. Tail to the left. Release brake, please. Brakes released.
Okay, while we're waiting for them to get their stuff sorted, we'll get some fuel pumps on. We do need all 6 because we do have 1.3 tonne in the centre tanks.
Brakes released, here we go.
And we'll get engine number 2 started up. Just check there's nothing around us. Oh, nice. Pretty clear apron. That's what we like. Just wait for the N2 to get to 25. There it is. The fuel flow started. And while we're lining up, we'll get the TFCs turned on both nav displays. Okay, just wait for engine 2 to settle. Go, engine 2, starting engine number 1.
Pushback complete. Parking brake set. Brake set.
And fuel flow for number 1.
Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ground Operator. Get taxi lights on, and we'll just wait for engine number 1 to start and settle. Auto brake RTO, and we will also set the flaps to 10. Flaps to 10, which means we're going to have to verify those. Yes, I know there's no descent path after Joster. That's fine, we can deal with that at Joster. Okay, engine number 1 is started and settled. So we'll start getting things done in here. So we need, we do need the generators for the engines to be on. And packs left and right, isolation valve, auto, APU bleed off. Better get the probe heats on, probably need those. And that should be it. Oh, and the APU. APU needs to come off as well. That's not the APU, that's the taxi lights. That's the APU. Okay. There's an A330 Neo 900. Holy crap. Are you landing? Did you just land? That is... I mean, it's not showing as an A330 because I don't have it. It's showing as that A380 thing. That is impressive, Rocket Guy 1010. You landed in Aspen, proving that the physics of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 are just... Excuse my language. Okay, let's head out to runway 33. We'll turn the lower display off as well. I cannot believe that A330 landed in Aspen. That is impressive. Okay, we probably should slow down just a little bit. So there's another aircraft on the runway, just sitting there. We might have to take off through them. Because for some reason people like to spawn in on runways and just sit there annoyingly. Okay, we'll just hold here at the threshold. Yeah, dude, if you could just vacate the runway at your own convenience, that would be great, thanks. Anyway, we're going to be the takeoff lights can come on. That was taxi lights off. Takeoff landing lights on. Sorry, runway turn lights can come on. Better put the engine starts into continuous, and we'll reset the fuel flow and set the TCAS to TARA. Oh, there's someone else coming in. We better wait for them. That's a C700. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Oh! Yep. Gave up. Okay, I'm going to go out on and take off because I'm not waiting any longer. Oh, come on. Just about veered off the taxiway myself. Oh, he's gone. Sweet, thank you. Okay, a little bit of nose in, and let's line up properly. Up to around 50%. And toga. So I'll do things a little bit differently on takeoff. I'll ignore flight directors and also ignore the terrain callouts I'm definitely going to get. That wind is just pushing us a little bit. Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Terrain.
Yes, I know. We don't need to because watch. Look at that. That was a beautiful maneuver.
Terrain.
No, there's not. Don't worry about it. We'll just keep it going straight ahead. We'll go. No, we won't go flaps to 5 just yet. I'm purposely keeping the nose higher up to keep the speed down just a little bit. We'll go flaps 5 now. And probably should have LNAV and VNAV turned on for when we want to activate the autopilot. How are we going? Oh, look at that, we're clear. Excellent. Okay, so autopilot can come on. We will lock the landing gear. We can get rid of the runway turn lights. We are above 10,000, but I'm not going to turn the runway landing lights off just yet. I'll put those back into off mode, and the auto brake can go to off. Otherwise, that was pretty beautiful, really. Go flaps 1. A little bit bumpy. To be expected. And flaps to 0. Now I have, looking at the nav display, I've messed up. But we can fix that pretty quickly. So if I go to map view, we've got this huge big arc here for some reason. And that would be because we're coming back. What is going on here? We can fix that. We've got lens in there twice. Yeah, we do. So if I take that lens and put that lens there and execute, yeah, there we go, that fixes it up. That did happen to me on the last flight that I did as well. Just kind of annoying. Anyway, landing lights can come off now. And we're almost, well, we're over 13,000 feet already. That was cool. All right, well, I'm going to cut this to flight level 180, and I'll come back to you guys then. Okay, just coming up to flight level 180, so I'm going to put the QNH to standard now. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to check on our arrival time. So 23:48, it's currently 21:44, so another 2 hours and 4 minutes. Because the winds are pretty favourable, we probably will make up about 5 or so minutes for the flight, and but yeah, it should be pretty smooth. So again, I'm pretty happy with that takeoff. It was, I knew I'd get the terrain warnings because this aircraft is just far too big to be taking off out of Aspen Pitkin, but it was pretty smooth otherwise. Anyway, I'm going to come back to you guys once we have reached our top of climb. We'll do another time check, and but in the meantime, just enjoy a few of the outside views of Colorado. Just reaching 350, so we're about to get the chime saying we're 1,000 feet away from our selected altitude any second now. While that's happening, let's have an update. We've actually gained a minute. There's the chime, 1,000 foot away from 360, but we have gained a minute. So my prediction of us having less time in the air was completely and utterly incorrect, but we'll see how we go as we travel along anyway. So that is more or less flight level 360. Better adjust the heading bug, yeah, this is pretty much it as we head along the towards the west coast of the USA into Seattle, Tacoma. Yeah, I'll come back to you guys once we have gotten close to once we're 40 miles away from our top of descent. But in the meantime, we'll give you some more outside views because you know how much I love those. And also we'll get, whoa, holy shit. Okay. We have got an F35 intercepting us and flying around. It's a shame I can't see it actually as an actual F35. But that is kind of cool. See if they come back around. Wow, that was good timing. I have had this happen quite a few times in the game where fighter jets will accompany me and do barrel rolls over me and just have some fun. But I've never managed to record it, so that's the first time. That's kind of cool. Let's have a look to see where he is. Descending. Doesn't want to come and play. Oh well. I'll keep an eye on that for the flight, and but I'm going to come back to you once we have either been intercepted again by more fighter jets, or when we reach our top of descent.
I'm in the whip with authority, looking like Skybree, she got a body, ayy. And she been calling me daddy lately, want me to put her in Cartiers, and the bitch deserve it. Put in work for the money she earn it. Give me top every night, lip service, never gotta block these, she worth it. I'm out in Abu Dhabi, with a bad look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Shorty a dancer with her OnlyFans, got her bands up. She independent, got a land truck, don't need no man, but I'll man up for that, ooh. Put it on camera, she a freak, nothing I can't handle. When I'm pulling up in that phantom, I got a poop wetter than Niagara. To my dog, I'm with the leash, ain't no one holding me back on my beast. Showing them all, falling my teeth, none of them with me in these streets, ooh. Skybree hit me in my DMs. I've been trying to meet up and see ya. I can fly you out to Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch look like Skybree, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that body, yeah.
Right, welcome back, guys. So we're just about 40 miles away from our top of descent, and we have got a bit of a weather update for Seattle. It is definitely in our favour, so I will bring that up. Where is it? Right there. Okay, so this was as of 19 minutes ago. We have got a 10 knots near headwind on runway 34 left, which is perfect. Visibility 10 nautical miles, scattered cloud down to 25,000, few at 20,000 and few at 4,000. And it is a beautiful 28.9 degrees Celsius. If you want to know what that is in Fahrenheit, grab your smartphone and convert it, because I have no idea. I want to say in the high 80s to 90s, I don't know. It's warm, it's nice and warm in Seattle today. QNH is 30.12. So let's put that information into the FMC and get prepared for our descent. So descent forecast, 28.9, we're going to go 29, rounds up to 29 degrees centigrade, and 30.12 for our QNH. Execute that, and then just wait for the flight plan to refresh. There it is. We're going to go down to, we'll go down to 12,000 for our initial descent. Why not? So punch that into the MCP. Just adjust that. There we go. It's been a pretty uneventful flight so far, which is good. It's always good to have an uneventful flight. Down, oh come on, down to 12 there. Don't turn while I'm trying to turn the knob. A bit longer than it should have. Okay, cool, excellent. So we're pretty much set up to begin our descent very, very soon. I just want to make a note too to all of you out there watching. Thank you so much for the subscribers. I really do appreciate it. And the likes on the videos as well. I have watched those numbers go up over the last few weeks, which is it is a little bit overwhelming and unexpected. The subscriber numbers are still quite low. I'm not worried about that at all. It's not what the aim of the channel is. The aim is to show Xbox users that you can indeed fly almost as realistically as our PC cousins can. But the support and the views are always appreciated, and I thank you very much. So welcome to new subscribers and returning subscribers, and also new viewers who haven't subscribed. Welcome to you as well. I'm not going to pressure you to click that subscribe button. It doesn't bother me one way or another. It was just nice to see when it happens. Anyway, I'll come back to you guys once we do start our descent down from flight level 360 and into the Seattle-Tacoma district. Also, while I remember, the mountain that I was talking about is Rainier, which is quite a well-known mountain that I probably should have known, but so if you're watching earlier in the video, I did mention a big mountain near Seattle, don't know the name. It is Rainier. Anyway, I'll come back to you once we have started to make our descent down. Right, our engines have just started to dial back, to slow us down in preparation for the descent. One thing I didn't do in the previous segment was to enter the predicted QNH for Seattle. So I have entered that in now, ready to switch over once we have reached flight level 180. There's going to be a bit of cloud cover as we come down, but not a heck of a lot. It is scattered, but it's otherwise a nice day coming into the Seattle area. So we should start descending very soon. We're just on the absolute tip off the top of descent now. And there it goes. We should start dropping. It has disappeared. There it is. And excellent. That is my absolute favourite part of this aircraft, is the engine wind down once you start descending, because it just sounds so realistic to how it really does sound as a passenger sitting in the back of the 737NG. I'm hoping it has come out in the video. Of course I won't know until we are editing. But anyway, we have started to make our descent down in, and we're pretty much all prepped for the first stage of our approach. And so we'll come back once we have come down to around flight level 180. Oh, we're just coming down to flight level 180, so we'll get the QNH set to 30.12. Hasn't been a change in the weather. This is still as of 37 minutes ago, so that was the last update. But we'll have a look at our arrival time, which is 23:45. So we actually have made up a few minutes, as I kind of did predict, but it's pretty much now back to the same as what it was when we first... Oh, do we need drag? Why do we need drag? Well, we don't really... Yeah, we will. We'll put some drag out. That is usually pretty accurate. But anyway, yeah, so we'll be arriving at 23:45 Zulu, which is going to be... Oh, another 15 minutes apparently, so 16:45 local time. We're not far away at all. There is Mount Rainier, or sorry, just Rainier, I think it is, off in the distance. A little bit of cloud on its... No, it's just snow, sorry. I'm assuming at 18,000 feet high it would be covered in snow all year round, at a guess, I would say. But let's go for a little few more outside views, and then we'll come back once we have come down to around flight level 10,000. Okay, we are just coming down 10,000, about 700 feet away from 10,000. So we'll get the landing lights on now. We'll get the runway turn-off lights on as well. Engine starters can go into continuous. We will set our minimums, which is 579. Still coming on runway 34 left because the conditions are pretty perfect. I haven't got any change in weather or QNH. But that's pretty much all we need to do. Actually, I'll set the MCP down to 4,000 because that's our next above altitude point according to the FMC. And should we put it into... Yeah, we will. We'll switch over to the ILS frequency now, and we'll turn the VORs off. I think that's what these are called. We'll still follow our flight plan. We've still got flight directors on, etc. And then once we get down further, we'll go into approach mode. So we are tracking quite nicely. We've got our the flight path bugs matching up perfectly, which is great. They don't always in the game. I think it might be a glitch, but they are for this flight here. Right, let's come back once we have come down closer to 4,000 feet, and we are coming in onto approach before we make our final approach. Okay, so we can start setting up for final now. We'll get the control cams on because we'll have my hands on those fairly soon. First thing I want to do is put the brakes to go level 2, and we're going to put our flaps, we'll go slats to 1, which means we will need to put the speed brake out. We're going to need the speed brake quite a bit for the approach on this because it is a steep descent from Josta. That's the warnings we have been getting, saying there's no approach path basically, so it will drop us down. But we don't have passengers on, we are a freighter today, so it doesn't really matter. Everything is tied down and we don't have any live animals on board because I don't think Amazon Prime sell live animals. Who would know? We're just coming down to flight level 5,000 as well, just below 6,000 I should say. Now Seattle in the game is one of my favourite, it's definitely my favourite West Coast airport to fly into in the sim. Again, it is a handcrafted one. I'm pretty sure Seattle comes with the game for all versions because this is where, obviously where Microsoft are based. So they have included that. The frame rates are pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't prove me wrong for this recording, but they've generally been pretty good when I've flown it. Okay, a little bit further on, and we'll go flaps to 5. One thing I haven't done, and I always forget this, is go into our approach. We'll select flaps 30, 144 knots for landing, and drag is required apparently. No, it's not, it's gone. And that's us reaching down to flight level, not flight level, sorry, 4,000 feet. We do need drag. It's a little bit full on coming in on this approach that we have chosen. I'm hoping that coming in on runway 34 left means we're away from the other commercial traffic. I hope. Okay, so if I go to our chart, you can see 2400 is what we are going to change our MCP down to. So we'll do that now just so we can meet glide. And looking at that, our go around will be 5,000 feet will be our final go around altitude. Okay, we're going to go flaps to 10. And also going to hit approach. So I might just change our heading bug to 345 to match. It's a little bit bumpy coming in. And we can stow the speed brake. We will need it again. Looks like it's picking up the ILS just fine. Runway is in sight, obviously. We need to, this is where we need to put the speed brake out because it gets, it's just a little bit of a steep descent coming down. And to slow us down, I will put the gear down as well. I have found I've had to have the spoilers up for most of the approach. Stow those for now. Why are we climbing? We should not be climbing, we should be descending. It hasn't picked up the glide. Oh, actually, maybe it has. No, it hasn't. Okay, we need to drop us down a little bit. Oh no, there it is. Now it's got it. Come on, take us down. No, it hasn't. Let's go down to 1200. We're going to overfly. We better get some more speed brake out. This has not happened. This did not happen in the practice runs. Luckily, we're afraid we're not going to get in too much trouble for descending at this rate. I don't know why it hasn't picked up the glide. That's really weird. Yeah, be quiet. I hear you. Okay, I'm going to go flaps 2.5. Speed down to 143. And we're going to
1,000.
activate that. We're going to take off. We're going to have to go around. What do I want to do? I want to go back up to... climb to 5,000.
Sink rate.
Shush.
Pull up.
I'm pulling up.
Sink rate.
And gear up.
Too
We are
low.
going
Gear.
around.
Too low. Gear.
It's because it's got vertical speed turned on, that's why. Okay, we're just going to hand fly this one, I think. Just keep our speed at 190, but we will make a 90-degree turn. And we'll get back onto our approach path. This was not planned at all. Okay. Just make our way up and we'll go 15 miles past the runway. We'll come back for a left-hand turn and try approach all over again. Okay, I'm going to take it down to 4,000 feet and start getting back on track. So go down 800 feet per minute. We'll drop our speed down to 180. We've already got flaps set to 1. And we will make a turn here. Gonna hit approach. Oh no, I won't hit approach just yet. See if we can line her up and get her in. Your speed needs to be 188. There we go. So we'll see if we can capture the glide. If not, we'll just have to hand land her into Seattle. I don't know why it didn't capture the glide before, and then it's the first time I've ever done a go around in the 737, so I wasn't entirely sure what to do, but I think I managed to get it out of near disaster. Okay, we'll set that down to 2400 at, go down 800 feet per minute. I'm going to hit approach and see what happens. We'll set 345 because that should line us up-ish. It's not going to though. Ah, I can see the, excellent, the diamonds. So we probably should line up. It should capture this time. Put it all over the place a little bit here. It's all good. But we'll go gear down now, again.
2,500.
Okay, we'll go flaps 10. And let's see if we can line her up. What happens if I go LNAV? No, nothing. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, okay. We're just going to manually fly land, I think. This is just not working for me at all. So runway is actually over there. We'll go flaps. No, not quite yet. We'll leave them at 10. This is the first time I've ever done a full manual landing in the 737. Even when I haven't been recording, I've never done this before. So we'll see what happens. Skis doesn't want to keep her nose up. Get over a little bit. We are way off. And our speed, we're way too fast as well. This is 143, and we'll go flaps down to 30. And get off white dot. Okay, we should be good now. I mean, the pappies are still all white, but I'm not doing a second go around. We're just going to come in and plant her on the ground. Come on, stop moving around. And yeah, I know, this has not been a good... Okay, here we go. Auto throttle off.
50, 30, 20, 10.
And touchdown. Oop. Oh, don't do that, come on. I think we might have saved it. Okay, we'll go manual braking. And stow the reverses. Holy crap, I might be sweating. Not really. Okay, we'll get rid of the flaps and the speed brake, and we'll just take this exit here. That was, hopefully that was entertaining as heck. Landing lights can come off, taxi lights can come on. We'll lose the runway turn off lights. Those go into continuous, and we will put the APU on as well. Wow, and strobe light can come off as well. So in my last video, coming to Sydney, we sort of did a manual landing because it didn't pick up glide, but this time I did that from just over, what, 2,400 feet. So that was very, very interesting. Okay, we're just going to stop here because I want to check traffic. And then we'll taxi over to the freight area, which is just up the taxiway a little bit. Because we're the only ones here, we are going to take a park right in front of the depot. So we'll take 201, I think that is. This one right here. It is 201. Yeah, it's not really lined up. That might be better. Just a little bit more. And about there. Perfect, parking brake set. We will go to the overhead. We'll put the APU gens on. And switch it over, and fuel flow can come off. I'm glad that is over. That was fun. Beacon light can come off as well, and we will request the ground power. Oh, we need chocks, and ground power. Actually, we'll leave that there. And once ground power, there it is. Get the APU off, fuel pumps can come off. Let's just turn everything off that we need to turn off, and then we'll get some loading ramps and stairs connected. Okay, we should be able to connect those now. Yep, we'll request the pallet loader. And we better get some stairs because we probably want to get out and stretch our legs, even though we have a full walk-in flight deck. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the flight and the bit of the challenging approach for whatever reason of my own doing. And again, thank you very much for watching the channel. And I do, like I said, I do appreciate the support. And I hope to see you again in the future. Coming up, we do have 5 flights total this month. We've got 4 in the weekend, and then I do have a public holiday in the middle of this month, so I'm doing a special, which is not a dangerous departure. And so watch out for that one. And but they are all coming up on the channel over the next couple of weeks. So take care, guys, and I will see you again real soon.